All right, good morning, trade pros. Welcome to the morning market update for Tuesday, March 19th, 2019. This is George Papazov from Trade Pro Academy. Hope you guys had a great day. We're starting off a little bit tardier than usual because YouTube changed the whole back end of their platform. So if you go in and there's used to be a creator studio, now it's called YouTube Studio, and everything changed. I didn't figure out how to launch the live stream, so I had to switch back to the classic editor. That took me some. Anywho, let's that's in the past. Let's focus on today's morning market update. Today we're going to talk about a few things. Really fun fact, actually. We're going to talk about Google's business expansion and a new foray they're making into online gaming. And that's it. And then we're going to get into the market for the day and what to expect in today's session. All right, so let's start out by doing this. Let's go to the morning market fun fact. Morning market fun fact. Just want to confirm the camera's still going, right? All right, good. On this day in 1792, this is our morning market fun fact, Wall Street crashed on Black Monday for the first time ever. This isn't the traditional Black Monday that was referred to in 1987. This is before, in 1792, a long time ago. Get this, Treasury bonds lost 10% of their value, and a famous speculator back then, you wouldn't know him because 1792, if you were born in 1792, congratulations. Give me your secrets. Speculator William Duer, uh, awesome last name too, by the way, who was a friend of Alexander Hamilton, who's one of the founding fathers of the United States, had borrowed too much money in this. He speculated too much, and in 1792, on this market crash, it caused him a lot of his loans to get called. Get this, he was being threatened and about to be thrown in debtors' prison. I kid you not. Imagine there was a debtors' prison in 2019. I think 99.9% of the population would be there. All governments would certainly be there. That's interesting stuff. Spreading panic through the cobblestone streets of downtown Manhattan. As I read that morning market fun fact, I couldn't help but visualize that situation. And I thought, hey, this is actually a really fun fact. So cool stuff. Is it going to help you trade today? Yeah, absolutely. Let's move on to and switch gears to Google right now. Google's looking to diversify its revenue sources and is taking a stab at $130+ billion annual industry. So they're making a jump into this industry, looking to diversify their portfolio. And I think this is kind of cool. Right now they're looking to get into the gaming industry. All right, they're looking to build a gaming platform. Now, the people that own this marketplace right now are Microsoft, MSFT, and they do really good with their consoles. Sony is in there as well, the PlayStation, Nintendo. I remember playing Nintendo 64, James Bond 007. You guys remember that? I loved playing that game when I was younger. I haven't really played many video games since, but Google's rumored to have a platform coming out called the Yeti, like an actual physical console. And rather than that, I think that they're trying to focus on something different, a different gaming platform. With the emergence or the upcoming launch of 5G technology, which is going to be insanely fast and insanely dangerous as well for your health, by the way. But nobody talks about that part. Who cares about your health when you can download things really fast? The thing with 5G, as a little aside, is that they have to put towers a lot closer together because the signal is so strong, it doesn't have the power to actually transmit in long distances. All right, so you get fast speeds, but you're going to have towers literally 400 feet apart is the density requirement, which is way more dense than what we have at the moment with technology like 3 and 4G. Anywho, with this 5G coming up, Google, what they want to do is actually stream online games. Imagine having a game console that you sign into. So instead of having to buy like a PS4 and put it down somewhere physically, being able to sign in and play video games on any computer and your phone. That's what Google's trying to accomplish. I find that pretty interesting. It's going to be like Netflix for video games, essentially, is what this comes out to. You can play on a phone, computer, tablet, multi-platform connection, and with the speedy internet connections of 5G. This seems like a pretty cool idea. And I'd love to ask you this. Comment below if you would be a subscriber of Google's online gaming services. And comment below, especially if you play video games. That's interesting to me to find out from you is, would you make a switch to an online-only platform, or is there something about playing on a physical console that makes it fun? All right. I mean, there is a computer game market now, and then the PS4, which is also the hardware. But I would love to hear your guys' opinion on this. That's Google. All right. Wall Street is headed for positive opens. U.S. stocks are up 0.3%. All right. Every trader right now is focusing on the 2-day meeting from the FOMC starting this afternoon. Fed voters will get together and they'll have a meeting. Then they're going to release the meeting minutes tomorrow, and they're going to have a conference at 2:30. So we're going to talk tomorrow morning, everything you need to know about the Federal Reserve and what we can expect to happen and how it's going to cause market volatility and what kind of volatility it could be and what the opportunity is for traders. So we'll cover that in tomorrow morning's update. It's too early to do it today. But this meeting is starting, and I think all of Wall Street and all traders, investors are shifting their focus to that. So in today's market, I can expect to see a little bit more muted volatility, more muted volumes, as institutional traders are waiting to get an update from the Federal Reserve. When you're thinking about trading and you're starting off your day, and you might be trading one contract or two contract, but here's a challenge for you. Start thinking like you're trading 1,000. There's no point of pigeonholing yourself to be a small trader. Think like a big trader, and you'll understand how big traders think. All right, it's a pretty cool tip. I know it's simple, and trust me, try it out. You'll see the market in a whole new light. Now that you're a big trader and you're trading 1,000 lots, each and every one of you on the broadcast and listening to the replay, here's a question I'm going to ask you. If you had to do a big trade, would you do it today, or would you wait for the Federal Reserve to get a little bit of insight? You'd probably wait for the Federal Reserve, especially if you're a longer term fund that's focused on creating value and holding positions for a longer period of time. And so because there's such volatility potentially coming up tomorrow at the Federal Reserve, it kind of sucks out the volatility from the day prior and shifts it forward. All right. And so that's what we're sort of expecting to see today. Start out with our 3 rules: trade less size, less frequently, take quicker profits. I think if you start there today, you're going to have great opportunity. Yesterday in the trading room, we did the same advice. We said 3 rules, follow them this morning, and then start slow and shift gears as the market starts to move so you can take advantage of it. Don't start out in 6 speed coming into a corner. All right, you have to downshift a little bit and match the market's pace and then pace with it. So yesterday we said that, and at 9:42 in the morning, we saw some massive 1,000-lot bids just chasing the market. And we literally got a 10-handle trade almost. I actually got 4 points on one and 10 ticks on the other. So 2.5 handles and 6 handles on the second half of the position. It was a great trade. Yesterday, I did 1 trade and met my target for the day. So what I'm here to tell you is match the pace of the market. If you're watching the right things, you'll know when it's time to go bigger and trade heavier. And that's what we do in the trading room. We keep you guys in tune with the market. That's all you got to do is just sync up with it. Don't come to the market expecting to get something. Come to the market expecting to see the opportunity and take what you're given. All right. There's no point of coming in and saying, I want this to happen, because it never does. And the one time it does gives you false hope, because other 9 times it doesn't, it's going to lose your whole account balance. All right. So I just kind of wanted to give you that message. I felt like it was needed. FOMC is kicking off today. Tilray is up 2.5% after hours, after sales more than doubled. Tilray is the marijuana, the pot stock. In markets today, Japan's down 0.1%, Hong Kong's flat, China's flat, India's up 0.7. In Europe at midday, London's up 0.4%, Paris is up 0.5%, Frankfurt's up almost a whole percentage point, up 0.8. Futures in the United States, Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ all up 0.3%. And when you look at the market, Mark said it right. He just stepped out. I kind of want to give him some credit for the statement, but he's gone. So we'll wait for him. No, I'm kidding. So here's what he said. He comes in and is like, isn't it nice when you come in the morning to the office and you're already trading at R2? And basically R2 means you're kind of at the second resistance of the day. So, the upside is a little overextended at this point. So this morning we're looking for a pullback. Start the day with looking for a fade if you're an experienced trader. For our traders in the room, I always tell them, if you're going to fade a market or go counter momentum trading, you have better have been profitable consistently for the last at least 4 months. All right. If you're not profitable consistently for 4 months, you have no business fading the market, because it's a very different approach. It takes screen time, and the only way you can get screen time is by getting screen time. So unfortunately, today we're in a situation where we might have to start with a fade trade. And if you're not in the position to be doing a fade trade because you're still trying to work up the consistency, you're waiting for the pullback. So you're waiting to get in as we're closing out our fade trades, essentially. All right. So it's, traders, institutional and retail traders, the difference is it's not the idea for the trade, it's the location in which they're executed that makes all the difference. All right. That's the key. It's like real estate. All right, crude oil is up 0.6%. Gold's up 0.6% to about 1308. Bitcoin's up 0.8% as well. Victorio's here. Hey, Vicky, do you want to come over and say hi? Victorio's swagged up today. We're shooting a video. Say hi, Vicky. Put him on the spot. That's Victorio. He just waltzed in. Actually, he came in early today. He had school this morning, finished an exam in 30 minutes. And when that happens, it's either a great thing or a terrible thing. But he told me it's a great thing. All right, Vicky, you aced that? All right, perfect. I'll give you guys a very funny story about one exam I did. I was in engineering program, electromechanical engineering technology, and it was a 3-year program, advanced diploma in Canada. It's a little different. And I was literally in the third year writing the exam of the first semester. Actually, no, sorry. It was the second year, the last exam of the semester. And I was trading Google stock at the time. I had some stock options. I had to get to the lab to check on my position. I finished the exam in like 22 minutes and handed it in. And the teacher looks at me and says, "Is this your best work?" And I looked at him. His name was David. I'll never forget this. And I said, "Always, David, always." Walked away. Ended up getting 84%, 22 minutes. Actually, it was funny because all the questions I didn't answer, the ones I got wrong, obviously, and all the ones I answered, I think I only got 2 or 3 wrong. So there's a little detour. Thanks, Victorio. Bitcoin up 0.8% to 4,001 per Bitcoin. Here's an interesting update. CBOE, Chicago Board Options Exchange, decided to dabble with futures products, and they listed XBT, which is the Bitcoin futures that trades on the CBOE exchange. Way back in the day when they were planning to do that, I said that wouldn't be a successful product. Unfortunately, I was right, because I always like to see success. CME is doing better. There's 2 markets that you could trade Bitcoin futures. So CBOE today send a notice to traders that it is not intending to list any additional XBT contracts. All right. CME trades approximately 17,000 contracts of Bitcoin a day, whereas CBOE has done less than 5 since last April and has recently even crossed the 2,000 threshold a day. So they've lost a lot of the volume. CME's won out on that battle, and they're shutting down their XBT contracts. So this is interesting. There isn't enough demand for 2 futures products on crypto, especially on Bitcoin. And I think that market slowed down in general. That's that, right? 10-year Treasury yield today is flat at 2.59 basis points. The Treasury market got hammered this morning. There was a large block order, institutional sell order that pushed it lower. So if you're wondering why Treasuries are slipping so much, it's a one-off transaction. Let's keep an eye on it on the open. FOMC meeting begins today. 10 a.m. We have factory orders and no other economic news. So low economic news environment day. Anticipation for Fed tomorrow. Gear up with the 3 tips I gave you, and you'll be good to go. And with that, the morning market update's done. Get to close the phone book, turn around, call it a phone book. It's like a bookcase. I don't know. I got to turn around, open up the trading room, give you guys some levels. Got a full team here today. Vicky's going to talk about NASDAQ. Maybe not, because he's eating a massive sandwich. And Marky will do the Dow, and Azalea will just be Azalea and smile for us. All right. You guys take care. We'll see you tomorrow. We have a huge day ahead of us. Take care. Trade safe. Follow the 3 rules. Adios. Trade Pros, I'm going to give you some levels here on the S&P 500. We're waking up into a very interesting environment today, but there will still be opportunity. And I'll give you some levels at which you need to map out and be patient at. All right. So let's get started. I'll kick it off with S&P.